Wait, stop the music! Hold it! Hold it! Stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
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 Can I please have your attention?
It's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
It's party time in the house. How you guys doing today? We're going to talk about free websites. You ready to get your free website groove on? So, hey, let me know how you're doing today. It's been a interesting day. All sorts of different things going on, from business management stuff, the yuck stuff that you just don't want to do, but we get through it every single day as business leaders and entrepreneurs. So let me know, how was your day today? Was it a fair day, above average, or just So hopefully all is well in your side of the world. And it's important to keep your mind in a proactive, positive lane in life right now. There's so much negativity that is blasting through the airwaves, through social media. And as business leaders and entrepreneurs, you know, let's have a reality check. A lot of us sometimes are leading on our own, and it's important to make sure that we're doing things to keep our mind engaged in our business and keeping a positive disposition going. So I'm wishing that for you, but a lot of that is going to have to require more than wishing. It's going to require you being proactive. So doing things like you're doing right now by joining this live stream to learn how you can start your free website is a proactive way of staying engaged in something positive that you can create in your own life. And you know, the truth be told, when we're happy, it impacts everybody around us. Now, that doesn't mean be unrealistic and not know when crazy things are happening. But what it does mean is, in this chaotic world, we can become consumed by what's happening and then take no action on our business. So if you have been in that boat, I want you to know you're not the only one. And today, I want to give you a great big high five, little shout out to you for showing up today, because it means that you want to take the reins back on your business and get going. So we're going to be discussing GrooveFunnels, which is a new software that I started using. It's going on about 3 weeks now, and I've been making the transition from multiple software that has cost me a lot, typically on average about $1,000 a month for all the different components. And what I've done is started peeling back all those layers, moving them over into GrooveFunnels for 2 reasons. 1, the cost savings. 2, most importantly for me, the integration, having everything put into one spot, so I'm not trying to duct tape or having to hire expensive funnel builders or hackers. And sometimes you still have to do that. In fact, I did have to hire somebody during one of the more drawn out processes of GrooveFunnels, and I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. However, for the most part, when it comes to the basics of getting your website or your funnel which are they kind of go hand in hand, just like a couple different features in it. It's relatively easy, and I'm hoping that by you joining today, you'll be able to open up your GrooveFunnels account and then just dig in. So, hey, Isha, you made it. Fantastic. I know you've got a busy day trying to squeeze everything in one afternoon, but you made it. And we will leave this video up for replay. So if you want to come back later and check it out, by all means, come on down. It will be here for you. So for this purpose, the first thing would be, number one, if you don't have a Groove account, go set up a Groove account, groovefunnels.com. There's a link that's in the description of this video, somewhere around here, maybe on the side of it. But there's a link, there's an affiliate link. If you do sign up for that, we'll have some free bonus trainings and some freebies for you. So go ahead. And it's also a great way for you to support the content that we are creating here. And I'm looking forward to sharing what I'm learning as I go through my GrooveFunnels transition and flowing everything over. So first and foremost, going and getting that free account. And I'm going to pull that up really quick just to show you sort of what it looks like here. Hold on one second. Bear with me. It was literally a little bit of last minute getting in front of the camera on time today was a little bit of a challenge. So let me see here. I'm going to start a new little screen. And let me know how your day's going. Are you having a fantastic day or an ordinary kind of day? All right, so let's open this up. And if you go over to groovefunnels.com, you can sign up for, let me clean this up and zoom it in a little bit so you guys can see. What do we got going on? So if you go over to GrooveFunnels, you'll have the option to start your account. They have a couple of different accounts where you can start with the free account. And let me look over here one second. Get started. Oh, it's because the screen's so small I can't see. Sometimes if you don't see a logon for a website, sometimes if you expand the screen, it'll show up. So that's what I hit going on. Okay, so nope, I don't want to log in. I don't want to log in. I want to show you guys the plans. So here are some of the plan features that they have, including the free account. So let's say that you don't have a website or any place to host it. Start off with free. Then you can start taking action to add, like if you have a custom domain or all this other fancy foo-foo stuff. But often, you guys will stay still. And I've been guilty of this because we feel like we don't have enough of the information. What's beautiful about this is you can start for free and then you can up level. In my case, I ended up investing in the lifetime account that they had because it was so value added and I wanted to ditch some of my software expenses. But even with this free account, it's pretty powerful. You can do up to 500 contacts in there for sending emails. You can have one custom domain. For many of you, that you just might need one domain. A lot of people don't need 10 domains. Do you just have one? And if you have none, this is perfect for starting. So you can list all of your products. You have access to be able to do a storefront and so much more. And if you want to get a little bit more serious, you can get into one of their paid memberships. And I will tell you, because I've come over from a competitor's stand, and what they're offering in their starter pack is incredible. So up to 250 pages of hosting, unlimited e-commerce stores, unlimited products, gateways, all sorts of things. So that is as low as $79 a month, or you can get into the Big Daddy, which is where I'm at, because I paid for the lifetime access, and it was a substantial investment up front, but a lot of times you pay for things up front and there's benefits to it. And that was the reason why I signed up when it was available. So that one is available for $239. Perspective, the competitors package which doesn't have a lot of the stuff that they have in this one, or a few things that are missing, it's $297 a month. So there's still a savings, and it's significant. But if you are just starting and trying to figure out where do I go, instead of hesitating right now while we're live, because it'll literally take you about 2 minutes, and you'll be able to catch up with where we're at because I'm a chatty Cathy. Go over, sign up for your GrooveFunnels free account. And many of the features that we're going to go over today are built right into it. So easy breezy, no excuses. You don't even have to put a credit card in. So there's no excuse. You have to give your email, validate that it's a legitimate email, and poof, you're in. All right. So with that being said, when it comes to setting up your website, I want to share this with you. What's the difference between a sales funnel and a website? Basically, a sales funnel is just like a website. It's an internet address, but it doesn't have all these other options at the top of the website, like your about me, your resources, your portfolio. Usually when you send somebody down a pathway of a funnel, it's because you're trying to get them from place A to place Z without all the distractions in between. So it is incredibly powerful for entrepreneurs and business leaders because we're guiding people. It's almost like having a personal service taking you, through a shopping spree online. Like here's all the things you go. It becomes brainless. Click here. And then the next sequence of pages are set up. Now, for a website, it's a little bit different because you might have multiple things coming into your website, something that's talking about you and how awesome you are with your business and how you can help your clients. Maybe you're covering some of your accomplishments, some of your great brag moments, or even listing out multiple products, services, goods that you are offering your clients. So instead of focusing on one specific aspect, it's sort of like the bigger picture, sort of like your lobby in your business. If you had a storefront, you're seeing a little bit of everything before you make your final decision. So websites, they're still important. There's still a way for people to be able to connect with you easily by typing in your website. Hopefully you get a custom domain website. You can actually get them pretty affordably at places like GoDaddy and HostGator. So if you get through this step, the steps that we're going to do today, if you don't have your custom domain, go back and get it, and then you can take what we're creating here today, and that will actually, be your legit website. The other thing is with websites, it's a little bit more professional to have a presence online with your website, and it's really the only place that you own. Everything that you do on social media is sort of, if you want to call it rented space, you can, but it's not even as secure as rented space where you can be booted out at any minute. Something could go crazy, but with your website, you own that. So if you're promoting what it is that you do that's so awesome and you have your branding attached to it, people will know where you're at. And people still do visit websites. One of the other things that does tie into the website component would be maybe even integrating your blog or vlog, either or. If you're if you're doing video or writing, you can have it where all of that is easily accessible to visitors of your website with a button. So, people just click on that and then they have access to great content, maybe longer format content. And that's important because when you have these items in there, it impacts your SEO, your search engine optimization. So if somebody's searching for something specific that has keywords from your website that are on there, there's a higher probability that you're going to get picked up in the searches. And SEO is like an entirely different subject, but I do want to remind you, your website, your blog provide a really valid benefit, which is being able to be looked at from like these search words. So I want you to keep that in mind. There is a purpose of a website. So what we're going to do today It is important. It's equally important, if not more important, than you having your Facebook group or your page. It really is, because this becomes your place where you're hanging out and putting all your stuff so people can come find you that know you by that website, or people that are later on maybe searching for something that you offer that they're going to end up finding because they typed in keywords that relate to your website. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to pull up my phone because I love seeing who's making comments so that I can talk back to you in a friendly way. So let me see here. I don't even know where that came from necessarily. Let me see here. Bear with me a minute. So I want to know from you, do you currently have a website or a sales funnel? Let me know, yes or no. Do you have one? Do you not have one? Are you ready to get one? All right, so let me turn this down here 1 second, and then I can follow along. Hey, Cameron, yay! See, took me a minute. I got my phone up because I want to see who you are. So, yeah, it's so good to see you. A flawless day. I love those. An absolute flawless day. Today in Michigan, you could feel a little bit of the spring popping in, so... Isha says no. Well, Isha, we're going to change that because I know you do have a GrooveFunnels account. So one of the things that I do want to say to you before we start like really digging in and starting to design this, I want you guys to let go of perfection right now. And I want you to let go of holding on to, I've got to get it all in there. All we want to do is create a presence that's professional, it looks good, it's engaging, and it's searchable, right? Later on, you can add more and more, but too often, people like you and me will look for having all the things perfectly lined up before we execute. We keep learning and taking classes, and then nothing comes of it. We don't want to do that for you. So we want to get that up and going. So Chef Leroy says, yes, and a funnel. It's because you're fancy. I'm glad you're fancy. Well, maybe you'll learn a couple tricks that you can apply to your business. And, I love learning and growing, especially when it can help our businesses thrive. So, okay, so we're going to dig in here. Number one, after you log into GrooveFunnels, you're going to see sort of like your homepage. On the upper left-hand corner, there's that G icon for the GrooveFunnels, their little icon. If you put your mouse over that, you'll see a drop-down bar that comes up. Tons of options. Do not get into, there's a squirrel. Go find something else. Let's just focus on one little piece at a time. As they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And today we're going to create something that's really simple, but will be a legitimate website that you can have up and running today. All right, so going over to dashboard, you'll see that there's an option that's for pages and funnels. Ultimately, it's the same thing. It goes to the same spot, but both of them have two different purposes. So as I was saying to you before, on the websites, it'll give you the option for maybe different buttons, places that people can navigate themselves around your website, or funnels. It's nothing like that. What did you say? Always do learn something from Elizabeth. Well, good. Yay, that makes me feel happy. Okay, so digging in, we're going to go over to Groove Pages. You're going to select that. And you can see that it's populating. I've started creating a couple of different pages and funnels. One of the best ways for learning, we're going to go through this tutorial today, but afterwards I want you to go back and just play around, create your own little design, and make it where it's like a scratch pad of trying out different things, trying out the different features, perfecting it a little bit without becoming obsessive about it, because we don't want you to spend a month thinking about this. But working on different things, fine-tuning it, you don't have to publish it. You can delete it or you can use it. but part of it is about you becoming familiar with where the features are at. And ClickFunnels has a lot of smoothness worked out already in theirs. GrooveFunnels, they've got to fine tune some of it for, I think, some of the user friendliness. In my opinion, I think you can tell that it was designed, by a software because it's not a seamless user interface. But a lot of it's already integrated into that. Don't be freaked out, but what I'm telling you, I'm just telling you the truth. So it's a little bit different. But I want you to get in there and play around with some of these features. All right, so first thing first, you're going to click on New Site, and you'll see that it populates a bunch of templates that they already have in there. Now, in the free version of this, it's typically like a one-page website that you can pop up, and then you can add pages into it. With the paid subscription, they do have most of that integrated into it, but all of it's easy. It just takes a couple more clicks to do it on the free account. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys vote for me. Which one should we pick for the website? We'll do a couple previews so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So this is it's a little bit more designed like a sales funnel because it doesn't have like the bars up here. Let me see. But if you see one where you're like, I want that one, let me know. We'll go over to, they do have a bunch that you can scroll through, and you can kind of pare it down at the top, where I think we'll do this one, but like at the top, they have a bunch of, excuse me, as I go through, they have a bunch of different categories that you can select from. So if you're an ad agency or a car dealer, so many different options: restaurant, health and fitness, real estate. In fact, let's see, let's go to the real estate one. What do they have here? Okay, so here they have one. This seems to be a little bit more like a funnel. So do you guys see one that you specifically want to pick? You guys want to pick, or do you want me to pick? Okay, if I don't hear from you, I'm going to pick. I'll pick. Okay, let's just go back over here to all. We'll go to all categories. See, my problem is it's like, I want to look at all of them. I want to see them all. Okay, so we have health and fitness. Okay, cool. We're going to go over to health and fitness. Thank you for that. All right, so we're going to scroll down, health and fitness. Let's see what pops up. Oh, that's Lisette. Thanks, Lisette. I appreciate you telling me what you want. Okay, so we have this one right here. Oh, fitness. Okay, this one looks like this could be a good fitness one right here. What do you think? Want to look at it? We're going to look at it. I think this one might do. All right. How about that one? Does that one work for you, Lisette? Okay, we're going to start with that one. All right, so with your website, don't get carried away, you guys. I want you to keep it simple. There's an old business acronym that they call KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So little kisses to you. And the reason why is because we can get into like this big vision of all this crazy stuff we want to do. And I just want to say, slow it down, camper. Let's just get to the basics and get going. Okay, so we're going to go back over to here, and then I have to hit select. I'm going to name my page just, for later. I know which one it is. We'll name it fitness. And it's going to populate all of the stuff automatically. And now it's about us going back in through this template and changing it to our content of what's relative to us. So, like this is a great template, even like, let's say that you're doing a challenge, it's already in there. But let's just say in this case, it's not a challenge. Let's just say we're doing it as our website. I'm going to add a welcome page, do like a welcome. And all I'm doing is I'm double clicking on that text and then highlighting it and then typing what I want. We'll put, it is time to get healthy and fit. All right. One other thing that I want to suggest to you that can be an incredible time saver when you are designing your website or even putting out like big batches of content is if you have a text app on your computer, pull that up, have all your text in there so you can easily extract out what you want without having to come up with the copyright on the spot. So part of it is knowing what are the images that I want to have, what are some of the blocks of text that I want to have. Throw it in a folder, and then as you're designing, you can literally just pull those assets right into your design component. So in this particular case, we're going to do it sort of a little bit freestyle, but tomorrow we're going to do a mini tutorial on Canva, and it's perfect for just doing some of the stuff that we'll do today from a design standpoint. Okay, so digging in, I've got so many windows open. Let me see if I can close this. So much stuff, I can't find myself. All right, so digging in fact, let's change our, there we go. Got SnapCam going too. All right, so we're gonna, I'm gonna expand this window a little bit. Right here so I can see. And down here we'll say we are focused on helping clients reach their goals. Okay, so nothing really fancy there. The thing that you need to keep mind of when you're doing this website design, when you click on the block of text, you'll notice automatically on the right hand side this window pops up. The thing is with GrooveFunnels, if you look at like the details of how to manage each piece on your website, whether it's your text, your buttons, or your image that you have in there, on the right hand side is where you manage all the details. On the left hand side down here, where when the bar is blue on the left, you'll see these different features that are sort of the overall category. So like a block of text, a page. So that's like the navigation part. On the right hand side is the management part, managing that detail. I hope that makes sense to you. So in this case, they automatically have a button that is down at the bottom. I'm going to click over here on the left-hand side on the navigation page. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to see what other pages are in there. Right now in this template that I pulled up, there's only one page, which is the welcome page, right? And in this case, one of the things that we can do is after you've clicked on, you know, we're over here on the button that looks like two squares on top of each other, click on that. That will show you all the pages for this design that we're creating. When you want to add a page, up above, sort of on the left-hand side, click that plus button. And all you do is select again, what is the next page from a template that you want to pull from. So let's say in this case here, let's see, is this the same one? Yeah, that's it, same one. Let's say that we wanted to add a page that was talking about maybe our reviews, some testimonials. We're going to select that, okay? And then it automatically is populating itself. All we're doing right now is gathering all of our assets and putting them in place, okay? So I'm going to grab one more page, and this will be sort of like our contact page that we put out so people know how to, you know, maybe reach out to us. In fact, let's say that we had a podcast. This is great. This could be a great way for you highlighting your recent podcast or even your YouTube videos. We're going to select that and make that page 2. All right. All of this will make sense in a minute. Over here, we are going to go, let's add one more page. One more. And let me see. Scrolling. I didn't set this up in advance because I really wanted you to be able to see how all of these pieces fit together, okay? All right, so we'll grab this one last one. Let's say we'll do this one. Okay, so for the first page that we selected for fitness, looked like this. We've got it loading. Our second page, we are going to turn this into, you scroll down and see what does it have in here. We'll turn this one to our about page. So what I did on this is I clicked page 2 and then the 3 dots, select that, click edit settings. And over here, I want you to type about us. All right. And under the page URL, again, type about us. What that is at the end of your website address, if you go to this page, it'll say the name of that page. So instead of keeping it blank, page 2, define it. It's about us. And then when you're looking in the address bar, it'll make sense to you or to your users of what page that they're on. Let me see, I got my camera in my way. Okay, so one of the other things that you can do is coming over into this section for your meta tags, and you could do, a description. Let's say it was called Lisette's Healthy Living for Business Leaders. I don't know if I spelled your name right. I can't even see it on the, here. For business leaders. Save time and your waistline. Okay. You don't have to go overboard, but part of it is with the, that's got to go down in the description. But part of it is coming up with keywords that will make sense. So we'll do healthy living. We're going to do wellness, yoga, healthy diet, natural eating, whatever the keywords that tie to your business is key. And you're going to do this for each and every single page. This will help with your SEO. And you do have the option, enable a page redirect, where you can have this page go to someplace else. Today, we're going to just keep this really simple so that you have the basics, a really strong foundation for your website to be able to keep it going. Now, down here, you're going to see this option, Open Graphic. And if you click on that for the choose image, you have the option that you can upload different images. We'll work on Canva tomorrow, okay? But what I want to show you this, because this little thing held me up for a couple hours where it was like, why can't I upload my photo? So all I did was, click choose image. This window will pop up, and then you click upload image. It takes a minute to generate. Let me see if I have something on my desktop. Okay, so I'm going to select this. I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's a screenshot. That's funny. Okay, so this little button that looks like an arrow pointing up with a line underneath it, that's how you upload it actually to come into GrooveFunnels. So go ahead and click that, and it'll fully import that image into GrooveFunnels, okay? So that's in there. Now I'm going to hit select, and where this is going is down here in this one spot. When you share, so let's say that later on you have your website and you want to share your about page on your Facebook page or any place. You know how there's an image that's automatically generated with each page, that it's different? This will be the photo that is generated when you share this link. So it's important so you can have something that's attractive visually while you're sharing these links and connecting people with your content. So take the time to do this. This little section that I just showed you, we're just covering the bare bones of it. But this section right here will help you get the basics of your SEO on your website, entering your description, entering your SEO keywords, and entering an image so it looks attractive. Some of the things that you can do before you start to really like dig in and start to design your website is do some keyword research. Software that I started using recently is TubeBuddy. One of the things, even if you're not on, doing YouTube, like that's brand new to me. I'm just starting to do that. But the thing that I love about TubeBuddy is it has a feature for keywords, so you can find out where it's ranking at, what's working, what are things that people are typing in the keyboard that can help you connect your content with them. And they even score it. So doing that sort of thing is helpful. There's different apps that you can use, like go through Google, do some keyword search, and see what's going on. Oh, you can't see what I'm typing. Okay, hold on one second. Let me go over here. Here we go. Let's try that again. You ready? You ready, boys and girls? Let's try it again. Okay, so we went over to, where are we at? Let's go back over to that site. Okay, so we're over here, and what I did was I selected over here on the left side where the navigation is, and I typed, we get to do it again because it didn't save, but I pulled in a couple of different pages to add to this website, okay? So we'll select this one, all right? Let me see, is there a way? Okay, that wasn't the one that we had. Where did it go? Where did you go, girl? Oh, here we go. Here she is. Okay, so I added that page. I just clicked on this plus button, and then I added this page. So on that button, click on the 3 dots that are on there, and then click Edit Settings. Over here where it says page name, I'm going to turn this page into our About page. So I'm going to just type About Us. And then over in the page URL, I'm going to do the same thing, About Us. And we can go like that. No spaces. And then for keywords, this is the section that I'm talking about. Since we were going to talk about health and fitness for this website mock-up, some keywords might be healthy living, eating healthy, simple. You have to go find out what are the keywords for your industry that are going to help you convert. It could even be diabetes, workout. Sugar controller, whatever it might be. Now for your meta description, that's where you can do it a little bit longer, but your keywords they're important because it's going to help your website get recognized when people are searching in Google. So I hope that does make sense to you. Okay, so scrolling all the way down on the bottom, you'll see this OG image, and I want you to go click image, and then over here select upload image, and then you'll have an option to pick any of these little photos that you have available. And that's why it's important before you get started, get your artwork in a folder and then have your text available so you can just copy paste and it'll be a lot faster. You're not trying to think it through. So the last step for importing this image is to click that up arrow button and it'll automatically import it. And then I'm going to click select, and then you can see down here it's located in there. So now if I later on forward this particular website page, this is the image that will be attached to it. So it makes it look a little bit more professional. Now before you close, make sure you click this check mark right here so that it's all saved. I think that they could change that feature because it's kind of, it doesn't make sense. It should just self-save or something, or make it more obvious, like click the check button. So going back over into the actual design layout, we've got this congratulations section. And like I had said to you before, we were going to make that about us, right? So it could be, we love helping clients stay healthy and enjoy it. Making this up. So I'm going to scooch this all the way over because I want you guys to see. Now, when I started working in the actual page part of the design, this pops up automatically on the right-hand side. And this is more of like the details about all of the text. So right here, you can see that this is their logo that they have. So you're going to want to go through, add your logo, right? So highlight that text. I want you to go hit configure. Now check this out. This is one of the things that can save you time. See right here where it automatically tells you what is the size of that image that the size of that image that they're showing. It's 954 by 265 pixels. So when you go through and you design your logo, or let's say you even have a logo, go back through and just make it about that size so that it fits in seamlessly. I don't know if I have my Elizabeth logo on here. Here, I do. So I uploaded this earlier. One of the things that I do like to do too for your logos is save it, like in Canva, you save it as a PNG file with a transparent background. And that way, you know, it shows up anything in the background of it, just makes it look nice and, you know, super, super simple. So I selected that logo, and then I'm going to hit select, and then over here, I'm going to click on the bottom where it says update. Okay, so my logo's in there. Voila, it's done. All right, so that's done. I'm going to close this out so we can see our full window. Let me see if I can get you over here. Let me try to size this down, and maybe we can get the full thing in there. What the heck? Oh, I'm showing my whole. Okay, so here we have another image, and I don't have any health and fitness photos, so you're going to just have to be stuck with me for a minute. But again, I'm going to select this big image that they have front and center, go to configure, and you can do choose image. And for this, you know, like let's say that it's about money. And it could be save on your health and your wallet if you eat healthy and exercise. Okay, so we're going to select that. Why is it? Oh, here, we're going to click update, and that'll automatically update that. Now, if I don't like it, I can go back and hit that reverse button up here. See it? So you can go back immediately and change it. But I just wanted to remind you the importance of, you know, putting in your own artwork. One of the other things that with GrooveFunnels, this is why I was saying you could tell like a, you know, like the software mindset instead of the user interface. Is still on the way that it's laid out. On the bottom, you're going to see this different text where it's like a body of text, a block, which could be, you know, like this wording over here. This would be just the container that it's in. And then the actual text, see here in the bottom where it says text, it's letting me know exactly where I'm at from either the big block of design space that's in there or a specific element that's within that design block. So if you get lost, look at the bottom. They call these crumbs, but it's a great way to be able to navigate so you don't get confused where you're at. As you start working through this, you'll start to understand why that's important. Okay, so moving into this, you have the option like on this about page, it could say, you know, we are here to serve you. And then let's say that you wanted to talk about maybe What are some things that you do? Are you focused on exercise or diet? Let me know in the comments. Give me some of these words. We'll say yoga class. And then over here, we're going to change this to healthy eating workshops. Okay. And then again, going back over to, when you might be putting in your class schedule, 9 a.m. hot yoga, and then put in your instructor, 10, we'll say 2 p.m., we'll call it balance and flow. I'm making this up. Now, this little icon might not make sense now. It's a envelope, so you might want to just delete that. The same thing with your healthy eating workshops. You could go through and try to find your own little artwork that's there. That's not a big deal. But just don't get caught up into too much of, I'm trying to find the perfect, whatever it might be. It's okay to go back and fine tune later, but just make sure that you're picking things that are going to be reflective of your business. So basically going through, this could be another section where you talk about, okay, healthy eating, we'll say monthly, I can spell, monthly workshops, join, or in person, or whatever it works for you. Maybe you're also doing retreats. Maybe you offer retreats for you, helping the clients, maybe their friends, their family, retreats for you and your family to get on track. And again, this goes back to just having the right words with you, so you're putting that in there and it connects with your audience. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Matt, all things awesome. If you're not following Matt, you should go check out what he has going on, because I promise you, you will never be bored. Never, never. From workshops to tech talk, and you never know what you're going to get except for a bunch of knowledge that actually is helpful. So, okay, getting back into this, the idea is just keeping it simple, coming up with your artwork and just plugging it to get it in there the right way. Now, over here in the bottom, let me go off of this really quick, because as soon as I highlight it, it gets covered up. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see they have all these different social media icons. I want to show you really quick how to add your particular link to that and how to sort of manage this section. It was a little bit weird. Okay, so going over here, let me see if I can pull this over. This window's giving me a little bit of a hassle. Okay, so we highlighted the one that was the Facebook one, right? And I click on configure, and scrolling down a little bit, it says choose your icon. Just right in here, I don't know why they have it set up like this. This is one of those things that they still have to fine tune. Go back through, you'll have to reselect with that logo that you want, and then you can do a link to, it could be a link to another page that's in your website, or you could do a link to a outside URL. So let's say that you wanted this to connect to your Facebook account, or wherever you want. That's fine. Just hit, like I'm going to do URL because we're connecting it to Facebook. And one of my Facebook accounts is facebook.com / Kudos Magazine. And we'll put that in there, and we'll do update. So boom, this is going to update. And then when they click on that, it would automatically go to my Facebook page, okay? So it's in there. It's simple. So the same thing. Repeat the same process for each of those icons. I clicked on the Instagram logo that's in there. Click configure. Down here in the choose your icon, I don't know why they don't have it, that it just automatically stays with that icon. For whatever reason, when you add your hyperlink, you have to update the icon. It's a little It's a little clunky. So I'm going to do LinkedIn. And again, you could just drop in your URL. Now, this is one of the things that is helpful. Remember when I was saying to you before, have your text available of your descriptions? One of the other things that's going to save you a lot of frustration so you're not bouncing back and forth between windows is open up your text. I don't know if I can find it in here. I usually use this computer just for streaming and then my administrative stuff on that computer back there. But let me go over here to this text window, text editor. No, that's not what I want. Where is it? It could even just be your, where is it? Oh, here, notes. That's what I'm looking for. You could open up WordPress or an email to yourself or whatever you want. Okay, so let's close that. I'm going to go over here to notes. So one of the things that you can do is if you have all of your, let me go over here for a minute. Bear with me, you guys. If you have all of your links in one source document, you can easily copy, paste, get it over there. So, oops. Okay, so here's the one that is for my business page. So what I could do is literally go to that website, that page, call it links. Okay, and then for my LinkedIn page, I'm going to go over to LinkedIn. I don't know if I'm signed into it on this account. I'm not, but hypothetically, if I was, I'd just copy this, put it down here. And the same thing like with YouTube. Let's say that I'm going to be sharing my YouTube link. I go over to YouTube, click on my channel, come up to the top, copy that address, go over to your notepad again, dump that in there. And then the same thing if you're doing your podcast or your blog. Have it all in one spot so you don't keep going back and forth. These are like little teeny tiny hacks that can save you a lot of time. You can even do, like I have a hotkey set up on my other computer for my email address where I just type in ERM and then my full email address is populated. It's very small, but those keystrokes will save you a lot of time. And same thing with having this little notepad. So what did you say, Matt? So GrooveFunnels has its own website builder. They do, and it's relatively easy. So I made the switch last month and really happy that I did. GrooveFunnels, similar to Kajabi. It is, but it's different. Where Kajabi is about hosting your webinars and your online events. Very powerful tool. I love it. What GrooveFunnels is offering, where depending on which package you go into, you have the ability to host your webinar in there. They have a GrooveFunnels member section also. And maybe next week I'll get into doing a demo for the members area. I'm noticing that they still have some features that have to be fine-tuned. But it's one of those things. They're just coming out of beta version. But what they have available right now, still super powerful. And price point wise, Matt, when it comes to all these different softwares, and I know that you know this because you're right in the trenches of the digital revolution that we're going through, but it gets really expensive, especially if you're doing, all of these different components that feed together. With GrooveFunnels, they have it where you can do your funnel building, your website, host your webinars like Kajabi, and it's all in one source. So I like not having to do a duct tape of integrating things into, a sequence. If I can simplify, the more I can simplify, the better. There are still some things in GrooveFunnels, though, that they have not completed, including like the email feature where you do have to bring in a third party. So I use SendGrid for that. It's a different topic, but I'm just being transparent with you so you know exactly, what's what. It says right now, GrooveFunnels email coming soon, but when? You can do all of the email writing and pushing through it, but the sending out, you have to use a third-party source. So, so maybe next week I'll get into that. And then what do you say? Can't you do a blog on GrooveFunnels too? You bet your sweet tush you can. Yes, you can do a... if we finish up here today, because we're already kind of going on an hour, but if we finish up here today, I'll show you the blog part. They have it set up super simple to be able to easily just take the template that they have and get your blog in there. And that's what I was saying at the very beginning of our little chat here today. With your blog, I would take that and tie it right back into my website, like have a link on it, like check out our blog. And that's where you can start doing really rich content when it comes to, maybe you're writing an article about something, or let's say that you did a vlog and you're discussing it. You can put that right into your vlog and then have it easily accessible right through your website. And part of it is key for you to be able to remember where you put your stuff and how to get clients to it, but also making it easy for people that are following you to, get access to that instead of go here, go there, go here. Make it easy. People have attention deficit issues, including myself. So, let's be realistic about where we're at and how we can do things too. Like man said, I like it simple. And this is like the tech dude. I like it simple. I think it's funny. I don't know if it's true though. I don't know if it's true. All of you guys got to go check out his page because he's got all kinds of fun stuff going on. And I'm poking fun, but I'm serious, Matt. You're very inspiring. Okay, so that's okay. I already had Google set up for email anyway. Okay, awesome. Side note, if you have Google set up for your email, is it a Google email or is it an email with a custom domain? Because like, for instance, with SendGrid, right now you'll have to use either Mailgun, SendGrid, or something else to push the emails out. They keep saying right away they're going to have that feature up and running into GrooveFunnels, but I haven't seen it. And I'm going to tell you something else. The SendGrid was a PETA. Do you know what a PETA is? Hopefully you can figure out that acronym. It was a pain in the... It was, and I didn't like it, but I survived. That was actually where I had to call in a tech person to give me some help because we were having some problems. Part of it was because I was transferring from one platform, so I had a couple abnormal complications. Can you do a pop-up when someone lands on your page? Yes, you can. You can. I'll go through that really quick, too. Custom domain. Oh, awesome. Then you're rocking. You're set. Things are really getting squeezed down on, I'll call them spam emailers. So some of these sources are going and they're making you validate who you are. With SendGrid, it was crazy. I felt like, oh my gosh, like they're doing a background check on me. Like what was going on? I had to prove, my websites and my identity and all this different stuff. So it was a little annoying. So things aren't quite like they were in 2002 where we could do whatever we wanted. It's gotten a little bit out there. I think it's through Workspaces. Okay. I'm not familiar with, oh yeah, you know what? I did see that. And they do have an option. Amy Vu, who's somebody you should be checking out. She did a demo on how to implement your Google Mail that's through Google Workspaces is your email provider. That one I haven't done, but if you get caught up in the hiccup, let me know. I always like researching. I'm a tech geek sometimes. Sometimes I get frustrated. I think that they can also do something like Project Broadcast. Yeah, they do have a way that you can broadcast out all of your messages, whether it's email or texting. But both of those right now do require a third-party service provider to come through. I had heard rumor gossip that one of the things that had happened when GrooveFunnels first set up like all their email stuff to go out, that they had some problems with some spam stuff, so they got shut down, and now they're cleaning it up and getting it all tight. I don't know that much about like their inside stuff. That was just like a online rumor from, I would say, a reliable source had shared. All right, let me get out of here. So key thing I want you guys to remember, utilizing like a notes window for all your text, all your links, having that out and available will make it easier as you start going through and actually designing things. Okay, so let's get back into it. I got sidetracked. So if you had your LinkedIn link, just drop it right there like we would take. I didn't have my actual LinkedIn link, but we're going to act like hypothetically this is mine. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drop it in there. You do have the option, check this out, of opening a new window. I would suggest that if you are taking people off of your website to another page, to always open that in another window. Like if you're having them navigate to another page within your content, that's cool. Just keep using that one window. But if you're sending them to Facebook or YouTube or to someplace special, open it in a new tab. And it just creates a little bit of a more professional flow through it. Okay, so we're going to hit update. And then you go through and you do that to each of these buttons on, let me close this out, each of these buttons on the left, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever else you might have. And they actually, surprisingly, they had quite a few options for icons as some of the more obscure social medias. So some of you might be on, Telegram or Twitch or something like that. Those logos are available too. So going through, sort of fine-tuning out. Let me see if we can open this a little bit more. Oops. Nope. Why are you giving me a hard time? Let me see something really quick here. There we go. It's a little bit better. I was sharing my full screen instead of just my Windows thing, so maybe that will help us a little bit. All right, and move this open. I want you guys to see over here on the left-hand side, because this left-hand side is, the navigation to get through all the details. Okay, so we sort of went through, this basic part of like designing this page, keeping it simple. You can go back through and make it razzed-dazzed and add up, but just get it done and don't wait. The other thing is I want to encourage you at the bottom to go through and then add your, here we go, text, update that. Like, let's say it is called Beams Website 2022. It's just for copyright. And then that way, if people are taking your content, you've got it all secured in there. So go through, update that for you, update your photos, and we're going to come back over. I do like to occasionally hit the save button just so I know everything's going. We're going to go back over to the button. Pull this over so you can see. We're going to go back over on the left-hand side in the section that is pages. It's got two squares on top of it. I want you to click on that again. We're going to go back up to the very first page that we dropped in here, which was the yoga challenge. I want you to click on the three dots. This one's super simple, but again, go over to your landing page. You might want to call it home. Again, do your keywords, add your description, and this is important for your SEO, so take the time to do that. And also upload your image that you're going to use for that. So this could be you, your logo. It could be something that reflects what your website's about. That way when people are sharing, or you're sharing, or somebody else shares your website link, when somebody looks visually at the photo, it relates to the content that they're going to get from you. Okay, so going into that, so that's sort of like the basics of some of the, the design stuff. I think we had changed this. This was supposed to be welcome. We're going to update this text. Healthy living made easy with food and movement. And, just go through, keep doing. Okay. Now, this section right here, this little button where it says join our challenge, we're gonna change this to, let's say that it's about us, like that about us page. All right. And we're gonna scroll down and you'll see the option for link to. And again, I have the option with this button to link it to go to a specific page of my website, redirect it to a different website, my social media, wherever I want to. But in this case, I want it to go to a page, and we're going to select that page that we just created a minute ago called About Us. So click on About Us. I'm not going to open up a new tab because this is still in my same website, right? So we're going to hit Update. And then that's in there. And then we're going to click Save. And let's see. So when somebody clicks on this button, they're going to pop this up. This is what's going to pop up. The other thing that I just suggest is that, you know, get a grip on your fonts, your colors. Don't go all over the place. You know, select your top picks of maybe 2 fonts and maybe 3 to 4 colors, including black and white, you know, and then maybe your colors are, you know, what do they have on the first page? It's this bright orange color. Let's go over here and select About Us. For that, we're going to want to change, let's change the font. So all I did was I highlighted that text About Us, and then the option for the A underneath it gives you the ability to change that font. Fortunately, with some of the software now, it's smart, so it automatically detected that that orange color was in there. You can select that, and then just get that going. Super simple. And then the key thing, I don't like this feature. I think that they really need to change it. For that change to take place, you have to select this little check button. See it? Okay, so now it's changed. And again, you could go through and change all the colors, all of the fonts, and then just do it where you keep that consistency, because this is part of your branding. And again, don't overthink it. Just pick and stick to it. And I think one of the bigger challenges is sticking to it instead of getting, you know, wacky. So one of the things I do want to show you that I think is really helpful is, let me go back over here to this home page, okay? So you can see on this template, they don't have a navigation bar at the top. Don't freak out. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you can keep adding more and more pages right here. Just hit the Add button. Select which template you want, or temple, I guess. But what I want you to do is come up here to the section that says blocks, and then scroll down to where it says navigation bar. And you can see, I mean, they have a lot of different styles for what you can pick. And, you know, just pick one that seems to be a good fit for you. We're going to go over here. We're going to just do a blank one, okay? All I did was drag that over. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Let me try it again. Okay, drop. Okay, there it is. And hey, for the record, a couple times when I was designing in GrooveFunnels, it locked up and I had to shut it down and then reboot it. Sometimes that happens with software, but I just wanted to give you that heads up. So in this case, you know, you have the option that I'm going to go over here to About Us. Let me see. I should have that in here. Okay, so wait a minute. I lost my track. Lost track of my stuff. Okay, let me delete that one because we'll go back up here, scroll to navigation, and then I'm going to just grab this one and drop it right onto that format, okay? So it automatically populated. Let me see if I can get this full window in here for you guys to see. So it automatically populated this little, oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure out how to get it on my screen so you guys can see. Hold on one second. Okay, let me just see if I can go like this. Maybe having some extra room without my big face on there. I'm going to get rid of that. We'll just go here. Let me get rid of that. Okay, let's expand this out and see if this gives us enough room so that I can show my full screen of what I got going on. Okay. Entire screen. Go to Google. There we go. Okay, so this should help. Does that help? Now you can see my full screen. Okay. Patience is a virtue. Sometimes I'm not feeling very virtuous, right? Okay, so we're going to scroll over here. Now you'll see like this about section. When I clicked on that, you have a question? What did you put? Yay, this weekend I'll be building a website. You go for it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm going to have to rewatch this, but that's my goal. And you know what the big thing is just get in there and start putzing around with the features, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So TikTok, yeah, I want to get on TikTok a little bit more. That seems to be the rage. Okay, so let's get back into this. Okay, so we're on our main page, right? And this is that new navigation bar that I added. I'm going to click on the section that says About Us, okay? You can see, like down at the bottom where the breadcrumbs are at, it's letting me know exactly where I'm at. I'm in the navigation menu. And then you have the option to be able to change the fonts. You can change the background of that. So let's say that I wanted my color of my bar to be bright green. maybe that's a little obnoxious. Here we'll do orange, and then we'll see, do we have that? Okay, so that's in place. And then you also have some features like transparency. If I wanted to make that a little bit more transparent, you can do that. We covered that text. Okay, the background, we've got that. And there you go. Okay, so getting that going. Okay, so now I've got that About button. See how that keeps popping up, but see how the About button now has that orange color? So you can change the colors of your buttons, whatever you want, and just make it where it's easy for people to be able to navigate to that, and then have your branding, your colors, everything flowing in seamlessly. Okay, so somebody had asked earlier about pop-up windows. I want to show you this real quick. We're going to go to this home page. We can get over there. All right, so over in this section, I can't remember if it's in blocks or in elements. So let me check this out. Let me see, pop up. Okay, it might be in the elements section. Let me see where you at. I did one too, so, but I only did it once. See, and that goes back to that muscle memory. The more you do it, you become well versed and you can think about it, do it without even thinking about it. It's right in here. I might have to come back and show you again because I'm not saying it. Let me try this. Let's do empty block. What did you write? I think that they can also do something like project. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. We did that. Okay, I'm going to watch this weekend. Yes, this is great. Yay, I'm glad it's great. So it took me a little while to get comfortable, and I'm still learning because I was with ClickFunnels for 4 years. So, you always have a learning curve, but you just got to make sure that you don't allow that learning moment to freak you out. Be willing to just keep getting in there, trying and playing around with it. Okay, so getting back through this, let me see if I can find this. Now I'm determined. Where's that pop-up menu? Where's that pop-up menu? Let me see. Is it under? I don't think it's lead magnets. They have, again, these are like, you literally click and drag and then bring it into your website, and it's in there. Pricing, seasonal titles. I'm looking here. Here, let me come back on so you guys see me with you. So I didn't forget you. I'm still here live. Okay, so for the life of me right now, I don't know where that is at. Let me see. Pop-ups. Hot diggity damn. Boom. Got to celebrate, even if we celebrate by ourselves. Okay, so the pop-up menu, it's on the left-hand side. Okay, and then you can do a pop-up menu, and we'll just select this one right here. And again, select the text. You could say sign up now. Put in what's relative to the content that you have. You can come over here and change. Oops, I shouldn't show that. You can change what you want to be filled out, whether it's their email, their phone number, and even like this button, like the subscribe button. Click on the configure section, and we'll do sign up now, and click update, and then it automatically updates that. Takes a little minute. And over here for submit buttons, you have the option to format it the way that you want. So you do that, and then you've got your pop-up button. You can go through and even change out like the artwork. What do they have here? Let me see. I'm in that section. Style element. What did you write? This is great. I saw opt-in. Oh, thank you. I got an extra set of eyes. You rock. Yeah, sometimes we're still new to things that we just overlook it. And yeah, you scrolled past it. I bet I did. I bet I did. My eyes were going all over. Looked like I was having some kind of Shrek moment. Like, who the heck is that? What's going on? All right, so right there, scroll back, right? Okay, I won't forget. Okay, can we do that pop-up with the freebie? You know what? I'm not sure. I'm going to suspect yes, but I would go try it out. Yeah, try it out and then let me know. I do have a freebie account that I had somebody else sign up just so I could become familiar to see what are the free features. So, go check that out and see. Let me know. But I'm going to assume it is there. A lot of the features are there. That's what I'm wondering, too, if I can integrate a freebie with the pop-up. What do you mean integrate a freebie? Are you talking about a lead magnet? Or I think the other person was talking about the free version of GrooveFunnels. Yeah, the free version has a lot of the features, but not everything. I'm guessing the freebie would be on your landing page, or you could email it after. Yeah, I think are you talking about a lead magnet, Isha? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, lead magnet. Yeah, you can still do the lead magnets and then do that like into your email sequence of somebody signing up, and then it can trigger something. That could also be something. GrooveFunnels still does have a way to integrate other third-party software in case that's what you like. So, for instance, some people might be using like ActiveCampaign. You can integrate all of that and still follow the sequence of what you have in place. So part of this is identifying, what is your need with GrooveFunnels? How far do you want to take it? Do you want to use third party? My goal, 2 goals. that I had and why I switched to GrooveFunnels. It was the cost savings, even though it was a huge investment up front. And then the second part was the integration of having everything in there. And I'm willing to be a little patient because they are in beta or they're just getting out of beta. So they've got to get rid of some of the clunkiness, like some of the stuff I was showing you. But I think with patience and time, it'll be great. It says they don't have email yet. Right. Let me rephrase that. They do have a section. I'm going to show you this really quick. Okay, so that's the pop-up. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So this isn't what we're really supposed to talk about today, but I'm going to dig in just so I can show you because it did take me, this was where I had my hiccup, was the mail part. Okay, so in the Groove Mail section, here we'll save this in case we do want to come back, but over into the Groove Mail section, if you go over here, oh wait, I don't, yeah, I can show you. Okay, so you have the option, and now I can't show it because I have this hooked up already. It's hooked up through SendGrid, so all the stuff is over on that end where I can see what's being open. But let me see. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is the short of it. Okay, you have the option to send out a broadcast, like your email. And I originally signed up for the SendGrid account. They do have a free one. The problem is you can only send up to 100 emails, okay? So last night I actually ended up upgrading onto their thing till GrooveFunnels fully works out their stuff. I think it was $14.95 a month for them to be able to send it. So you can see, like yesterday, I sent out 500 emails, and they only sent out, not GrooveFunnels, SendGrid, only sent out 109 of them. And then they held back 335 of my emails. So I ended up upgrading. So the next time I send out an email blast, it should be able to register all of it. Now, for some reason, I'm not seeing the metrics for my email stuff on GrooveFunnels. But if I go over to SendGrid, I can see all of the people that opened it up, when, and all the details. Now, back to your original question, Facebook user. I don't know who wrote that. Who wrote that? Oh, Lisette. Okay, so going back to your question, do they have email? Yes, absolutely. But there's a couple parts of email. One, writing out the email. In fact, I'll show you this really quick. So if you do a new broadcast, you have the option that you can send it through email or texting. Now, this is going to be the paid version of GrooveFunnels, okay? So let's say that I was doing a test email. No, we'll call it fitness email. Let's stay in the theme, right? And then I have an option. I can either add tags into that email, especially if I'm getting ready to do a sequence of emails based on triggers, on how people react to that email, whether they open it or reply. But we'll just say for now, fitness. We'll go, events and marketing. And then you have the option to go back into, what is this? Okay, so if you want to do, they're subscribing to a list or something like that. Okay, let's just say subscribe to a list, and then I'm going to pick my list. We'll call it test, and then I'm going to hit next. And then I select my email that I'm sending it from. That part's all coming from SendGrid. The email where I'm housing it. I could do the subject line. Right now, everything, we're in GrooveFunnels, okay? But when I go to send this, wait a minute, where are we at? Insert text here. Test email. Okay, so when I send that out, I went too far back. When I send that out, as soon as I hit that send button, it automatically leaves GrooveFunnels. And then at that point, currently it is hosted are pushed out, managed by SendGrid. Now, if you go over into your page when you set up your mail, you'll have the option where it's like set up email, and then you have to go through the steps of what you're going to set it up from. On the lower left-hand side, you'll see the option for like mailing out, sending out the emails. They have easily integrated where you can do Mailgun or SendGrid. And then they say in that text, Groove Funnels or Groove Mail, STMP or whatever it is, coming soon. So I guess they had it running at one point. They took it down. For me, I have a business that I'm actually running, so I don't have time to wait. I had to make sure that I had email integrated into it. So previously, for a long time, I've been using Constant Contact and Active Campaign. What I did was I set it up through SendGrid, and then I typed out all my emails. I can do my sequences through Groove Funnels, but it's pushed out by SendGrid. So it's sort of like Groove Funnels is the car, but SendGrid has the fuel, you know? I hope that makes sense to you. I'll come back out and I'll do another tutorial on the email section, but it is a little bit more complicated when it comes to integrating those pieces. But I think as soon as they have that component up, where Groove Funnels has the fuel to push it out, that'll make it a lot easier. But you'll still need to have a provider. So for instance, I don't know if you know this, if you, like Isha was talking about, she has her email with is it Google Office or something like that? If you're using an email, you have to have a source that is helping you push that out. It could be through, like, let's say that you have your website registered through GoDaddy. It might be GoDaddy, but you have to have that third party, no matter where. So I think GoDaddy, it was like $75 or something like that. But, you know, I have it all set up and rolling. Okay, what'd you say? Okay, there are some automations. Okay, I'll probably be okay with what they have now. All I need is to email back my email or my ebook whenever someone enters for the info. Yeah, that's actually a pretty simple email sequence. So you're not getting into these upsells, downsells, you know, in multiple sequences. You know, when it's cut and dry like that, it makes it a lot easier. And I think it is so key that you're bringing that up, Isha, because a lot of times people will get caught into a situation where they want the extravagant. So they don't wait, or they wait until they have everything instead of, you know, taking that first step of, you know, like, hey, here's our basic website. Here's our basic email sequence, and then building on. And really with anything, whether it's what you're learning in school or at work or anything, it's about building that foundation, getting it down, and then adding all the bells and whistles. And that's a way that you can keep it simple enough that it's not overwhelming for you with tech overload and all that other stuff, so that, you know, it's a pleasant experience. So okay, so going back over into here, I just want to come back over to that section that we had for I'm going to leave that one behind, that email sequence. But let's go back over to the website spot and look at our lovely, where's our fitness website? Where'd it go? In fact, you know what? I'm going to open up. This is the website that I've been working on. I want to show you this really quick. Let me get to the right screen so I can show you. Get my mug off there. All right, so this is the website that I've been working on for a little bit. It's super simple. I kept it crisp and, you know, relatively simple. Just not to, oops. Just not to make it you know, too much. Sometimes less is more. And, you know, you can see on here, I have a section that I've got the about, I've got, you know, some general information, to show people a little bit of who we serve. Let me see if I can squeeze this in here. Okay. So if I scroll down, I've got a different section that talks about, who we serve, what we do. And again, I just kept it really simple. We work with coaches. We work with a lot of local hospitals and health and wellness, legal and caregiving, and real estate, even event entertainment, nonprofits. And highlighting who you work with is a great way so people can identify, can you help them with their struggle of what they're trying to overcome. And then I just provided, 4 basic overviews of the services that we offer our clients so people can see. And again, this gets back into, keyword searchability, having just enough content that it's not overwhelming, but enough to really inform people to what they can find with our agency. And in this case, I did jump in and I added a couple of testimonies from some previous and existing clients. And in the bottom, I have a section for people if they want to sign up for our e-newsletter. And I kept it really simple, crisp and clean down at the bottom. One thing that I do want to say to you is, especially all you beautiful entrepreneurs, if you're getting into, affiliate sales, consider setting up one page. This is something that I did just from watching other business leaders online, how they were doing it. Having one section that's maybe your resource of affiliate links that you have. And, in my case, I really only promote products that I use so that I understand, how to use it and stuff like that. But this is a great way for you to be able to help your audience have access to that and then also quickly showcase all your affiliates or something. So, Isha, like for instance, if you had your book, you could even do, one section here that's an image of your book, and they click on that or the button and they instantly are directed to whatever page that they want. And it, as I was showing you before, where you direct them, it could be a direct page within your website, or it could be a outside URL. So super simple way to integrate all of it easily without it being tech overload for you. So as you can see, I mean, this is really a simple design for my basic new website. What I included in there is a homepage, some resources. Over here, I included a about section to say a little bit about me, a little bit about my background, and then giving people a chance to submit a request to have a meeting. And even that section, I'm going to be updating where people have to fill out a application to meet with me online, just for simplicity in my life and not wasting time. So this is just, again, what we do, what we have going on, some hyperlinks down at the bottom. Another key thing I want to talk to you about that you can get prepared. In fact, you can go over to my page, elizabethmorosco.com. On the bottom, you'll see, just like I'm showing you right now, you'll see a section that I have for terms and policy and privacy policy. You can copy mine and just update yours to, what's fitting for your company. You are absolutely going to want that right away when you build your website. And the reason why is, let's say later on you go to Facebook and you want to run Facebook ads, you have to show the link to that website with the website name, everything. And you have to show your privacy policy and your terms of service. I even had to do that with that send grid. So confirming it was easy for people to unsubscribe from my email. So make sure that you have those in place so that your website's fully functioning and acceptable to the guidelines of what Facebook and all the other aristocrat fat cats are demanding of you. So, it's all these little things. But if you gather all the little pieces and then start to implement it, easy breezy. Okay, I'm going to go back over to one of you had asked about blogs. So let's go back over to, we'll go to the little box icon at the top. We'll select dashboard. Here we go. We've got our little Groove logo. And then I want you to scroll down to blog. And they currently only have one template that I know of available for their blog design. I'm going to click on open. And this was the format of the blog was already in place, but I had to go back through, and you can see that I added, there's some different tabs at the bottom that were a good fit for me. And then going in and then just updating the content. So a lot of the principles are exactly the same for what I showed you on the website development tool. But just to give you a refresh really quick, on your left-hand side, instead of it saying pages, this time it says post. I want you to click on that. And all of the template will have these pre-populated. You can go in, make an edit, change, do whatever you have to do. But in this case, let's say that I have a new blog. I want to talk about something exciting. Demo for free website. And I could come in here, do a bunch of, great text, take your time, do it right. Add that all in there. And then I'm not going to hit publish because my blog is actually live now. But you have the option to come in, add, I didn't say this, the little gear icon up at the top in the middle. Click that and it will automatically pull up your tools bar on the right hand side. You have the option to go right in and upload your video or your artwork, your graphic design. So let's say that I was going to do, what's this one? Here we got Groove Funnels. There we go. We'll select that one. Again, upload it if you want. I'm going to delete it because I don't need it. But let's say that this was the artwork that I wanted for that blog post. I just click on it. You can see the red box goes around it. Click select. And then when I click publish, I'm not going to do it for this time, it will automatically have everything figured out. One of the other things, going back through, and let me come over here. I don't want to say that. Okay, you can see here some that I have already done. And I've just got, my crisp title up at the beginning, and then some super fabulous content on SEO. Along with some links and stuff like that. And then if I click on that gear icon, see that photo that was on that last screen that I just showed you? It's right there, and this is where you plug it in. And you can get into adding your categories. So again, this goes back to searchability. You can add keywords, again, searchability. But taking the time and doing that for, like I still have some fine tuning to do. Taking the time and doing that's key. Instead of just like dumping your stuff on there, take the time, like on how I was showing you on your page or in this blog post, and implement those keywords, because that's how you're going to drive more traffic. You can be surprised on how many different people will have foot traffic in a different month to your website. Start looking at like your Google Analytics. Start paying attention to Where's the traffic coming from? Because it could be from one blog post that's blowing stuff up. And, those are key things if you really want to be able to stay in business, of making sure that you have access to that. All right, so here you can see these are all the different blog posts that I've shared so far. And, fortunately, I had some already done, from previous things that we had done, and I just copied and pulled it back over into here. So it might take you time, but start becoming creative, finding ways to tell your story in a really helpful format for your audience. Okay, so moving into here, if I go into, like, what does my blog look like? I want to show you what it looks like. So it's Elizabeth Morosco/blog. And this is what my blog looks like. So I can take a button, like I was showing you earlier, and put it on my website that could say, Liz's blog. Check it out now. And that's what I'm getting into, this long format content. It's not my lobby. Now this is sort of me opening up my heart and sharing knowledge or insight that I have to help with people. And as I was saying to you before, right now, GrooveFunnels has one template that you can use for their blog. That they could improve easily. But for the most part, this is serving my purpose, so I'm okay with it. I'm happy about it. But you can go through and change that. You do have the option to move some of the stuff, like if you don't want to have all the popular posts shown, and to scale it down, so you can customize it. But they basically have one template that you can use for your marketing. And then over here, I have join our free Facebook group. Whoops, I guess I got to fix that. Right? And that's why it's important to always go back and test your buttons and stuff like that to make sure that everything is moving seamlessly and that links aren't broken or anything like that. So this was my my first attempt to start to migrate everything over, and for the most part, I'll say that I give it a 8.5 out of 10 for GrooveFunnels, because I see so much potential that they have here. But some of the and part of it may be me, because I was familiar with ClickFunnels and how that was set up. So a learning curve, but I think it's still a little bit clunky, but with that clunkiness, incredibly powerful. So sometimes you just have to take your time, be willing to go through the growing pains of a company that's vested in its people. And so far, I can tell you my experience that I'm seeing from GrooveFunnels, they really do seem to care about the end users and getting people resources so that they can grow their business, and not just, hey, give me my membership fee every month. They're finding ways to help people increase sales with even like affiliates. And it's interesting because I've never been an affiliate marketing person. My background has been sponsorships, people that would sponsor my content or my magazine, or hire me for consulting for their event that they're hosting, right? So when I signed up for GrooveFunnels, it was for me. It wasn't about the affiliate, but I started coming out and sharing, and I freaking shocked. I started getting affiliate commissions, and it happened kind of so naturally and organically. I thought, I like that. I want to do that again. How can I do that again? So I think that as this company grows, they're going to continue to have a vested interest in the people that are tied into it and giving them tools. And this is the key thing that I want to say. One of the things that, because I've talked about saving money, I've talked about everything's integrated into one. One of the other things that I really liked is, how did I even come up with doing an affiliate sale? I'll tell you, it wasn't on my radar, but when I logged in and it was, hey, share this with other people, and they had the artwork, they had videos, they had emails, they had links, they had banners, they had dozens and dozens of different assets to help promote as an affiliate. So I shared a couple links and I did a couple things like from my email sequences. And it didn't require me hiring a copyright person to send out my email or any of that. It was just, hey, I'm going to send this out to my people that I know. And that little piece right there, I think that a lot of ClickFunnels should learn this from GrooveFunnels. This is one of the things a lot of people aren't talking about. But also us, all of us as entrepreneurs, learn something from this business model of creating simplicity where people can connect with your content and promote it or share it in a way that's easy and not a headache. That's why I shared the links. That's why I started talking about it. Before I was being a little bit selfish. I was like, I'm going to save myself a lot of money, doing the switch, right? But I wasn't expecting this other bonus perk. And as I'm discovering more features with the software, guess what? It makes me want to continue to promote it because it's freaking awesome. And I'm not going to come out and tell you guys, sign up for something and it sucks. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm not going to do that to you because I know that our time and our resources are limited. So I want to make sure that if I am suggesting something to you, that it is super, super simple. And earlier, Matt was talking about like the Kajabi. This would be the other section for Groove members, which would be like the Kajabi. I have not gone there yet, but I will be going there and I'll let you know. And they have other things too, like over here, like this Groove webinar, which would be like Kajabi too. So all of that integrates in together. Plus they have like the Groove cart and stuff like that. If you've had a problem being able to process your transactions with, and I've heard this for a lot of people, I haven't had this problem, but through PayPal or Stripe, Groove cart seems to have some entrepreneurs that are innovative and understand this industry. So they really seem to project that they work with their clients to help ensure that they are getting payment. And that's about it. But yeah, I hope that you get in there, you go over immediately and say, you know what, I'm going to start working on my website. I have my template. Maybe you have your domain, your custom domain registered. Maybe not. That's okay. You have your photos, you have your artwork, you have everything centralized, even pulling up like that little handy dandy little notepad, like Blue's Clues, handy dandy notebook. But having all of those pieces just pulled up so that you can start rolling with it will make it simple for you and not allow you to get stuck in this rut of I'm not going to do anything. So get in there, start putzing around. Big thing to remember is on the left-hand side is the navigation, sort of like the higher view of where everything's at. And then when you click on the actual asset, you'll see on the opposite, but when you click on that specific asset, it'll pop up the working window to fine-tune all the details and just have fun with it. Have fun, play, putz around. One more thing I do want to show you, because this is super important. So just pay attention give me one more minute, because this will save you a lot of headache. Up here, you're going to see all the different types of devices. So right now it's selected on that designs that I'm making are going to impact the view, whether it's from somebody looking on their computer or on their mobile device, right? But often we know that mobile device looks a little bit different. So I'm going to click over here on the mobile device. Now let's say hypothetically I wanted it to look just a little bit different for mobile, right? Come over here and turn that off. Turn that off. And then that way, this change will only show up on mobile. And I'll show you what I mean. Say, go mobile. Okay. So that's going to be on there, right? And then if I come over to, let's go back over here to device. Wait, why didn't it change it? It should have saved it right there. Applying to all devices. I didn't want it applied to all devices. Wait. I don't know why I did that. Let me try it again. Let me try it one more time. I did do it earlier because I noticed that I had big spaces that were showing up in my mobile feed. Okay, let me change that to off. I'm going to come over here. Okay, let's do save, say hi. I'm going to hit save. Okay. Now let's go back over to, I don't know why I did that. I had a couple little hiccups today, didn't I? I don't know why I did that. Okay, so let me exit out of here. Let me see one more second. Like, why are you doing that? But, and it could be, it could be the user. Or it could be that I need to log out and log back in. And that did happen to me a couple times. I'm just forewarning you, where something wasn't working right or it wasn't popping up right. And then I would end up changing. I'd have to like boot out of GrooveFunnels and then come back in. Okay, so let me see if we go over here to, let me just try one more thing. Oh, did it do it? Nope, it didn't. Okay, we'll do say goodbye. Applying changes to mobile device. Okay, so it's saying that. Let me hit save. Now, according to that, it should not impact the way. Yeah, it did. And I spelled goodbye wrong too. So for that, it might be a matter of logging out and coming back in. But this is super important because you may find like a great big space that needs to be reduced or a graphic that's cut off, and it allows you to change just what that specific device will be showcasing. So yeah, so check that out. I'm quite certain this works though because I've done it. I already did this one. So just make sure, again, it might be just my GrooveFunnels thing getting all funky on me. So that is the basics of designing your website in GrooveFunnels. And, you know, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Part of it is just identifying ahead of time, what are my main pieces of content that I want. And again, I want to reiterate to you, keep it simple. You know, gather your text, your artwork, have it sitting in a little folder waiting for you. Have all your different links that you need to have available sitting there waiting for you. Sort of like the artist getting ready for, you know, their little artwork. They're getting their paint, their supplies out. So get everything out and then get ready to go create something that is fantastic and helps you connect with your clients and grow your business. So I hope you got something out of this. If you enjoyed it, let me know that you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody who maybe needs to get a website going, let them know. I'm the same way. I only suggest something I really believe in. Amen. And then that way I sleep good at night because I don't want to recommend things where it's like I would never use that. I mean, that's kind of a crappy thing to do. Yeah, buy it. I hate it, but buy it. It's awful. Yeah, me too. All right, you guys. So in the meantime, I hope that you take some time, take care of your business. And like I said at the very beginning of this video, you taking the time to show up today to focus on your business instead of getting caught into bad news, stress, and anxiety was a gift to you, and it was a gift to me. So I am really grateful that you came. Make sure that you stay proactive to keep your mind focused on positive things, keep your business growing, and keep believing in yourself. Too often we get caught up in one little detail. We make it into this huge mountain. Let's stop doing that. Let's start moving forward. creating change with each little thing that we're doing. And yeah, thank you, Isha. I appreciate you being here. You bring a lot of joy to my day, and you are a really positive influence online. So thank you for being you. So what else do we have? Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you too. I don't know if that's still Chef Leroy, but you are the bomb. I appreciate all of you. And I'm wishing you guys so much goodness. Tomorrow, I'm going to be coming on sharing tips on graphic design with Canva, another way to up-level your marketing, get your website looking good, your thumbnails looking good. And maybe eventually I'll do a little demo on Ecamm. If you want to learn about Ecamm, let me know. All right, guys, we'll see you. Have a good night.